If you've been trying to quit drinking and you feel like you're caught up in that start, stop, you go so many days without it, you fall off the wagon, you get back on that vicious cycle, and then you have a moment where you're like, I need to quit drinking again. So you go for a couple days, and that cycle just keeps repeating itself. Try this. Instead of going into it thinking, I'm going to quit drinking, I cannot drink anymore, pick a time frame and just commit to that. And with it being July 1st, why not try a dry July, a 30-day commitment, actually 31 days, to not drink. And I think there's something in just picking a time frame and committing to that. I think it helps with the future tripping, because if you're someone who's been drinking for a long period of time, abusing alcohol, more than likely you probably have been if you're feeling like you need to quit drinking. Let's just be real here. If you go into it thinking, I'm never going to drink again, that's just a recipe for failure. But if you go into it with a set time period that has an end date, it somewhat puts your mind at ease. Not to say it's easy, but it just does something to the psyche. I can't explain it. I'm 34 months sober, and my journey started with just what I thought was going to be a 30-day commitment. So try a dry July. And one thing you're going to focus on is you're going to focus on keeping the main thing, which is don't drink. We are not going to overhaul our entire lives. You're not starting a crazy diet, starting some cleanse, quitting nicotine, starting some crazy workout routine. No, you're just going to focus on the one thing, which is don't drink. Set yourself up for success. And another way you can do that is it's not a matter of if the cravings hit, it's when they hit. It's having a plan for what you are going to do when you start craving alcohol. I know my go to was always some kind of physical movement. It helps. If the cravings were rising up in me and I was just itching and I just wanted to drink and my thoughts were swirling and I was overwhelmed and it just felt like too much. One thing I learned, just to sit in that, like on your couch, just literally sit there, it makes it worse. I had to get up and physically do something, and my go-to was going out and going for a walk. And no, it's not like it took away the craving completely, but by the time I got back, it changed me and I felt like I was more in a place to deal with it and the craving felt manageable. Also, another thing you can do is go to the store, preferably in like more the afternoon hours. Don't go at night because you might be tempted to buy alcohol. Go to the store and stock up on a bunch of junk food and sugar, because when you quit drinking, your body is gonna crave sugar. Buy all the candy, the ice cream, the chips, the brownies, the cookies, lots of NA beverages, sparkling water, soda, NA beers if they're not triggering. And when you're craving tonight, after you've done a walk, you've done these other things, you're going to eat a big old bowl of ice cream, because that's why we're keeping the main thing the main thing. We're not worried about calories, because when you were at the Mexican restaurant last week chugging margaritas and eating tons of cheese dip, you weren't worried about calories then, so we're not worrying about them now. So set yourself up for success. Have a plan of what am I going to do when the cravings hit, because it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And you just take it one day at a time, and just know that it has an end date, and it's 30 days. I gotta say 31 days. And you can do that. You can get through 31 days of not drinking and just see what happens over the next couple of weeks. See the change in your appearance. That's a big one. Take a daily selfie every day. You'll see your face literally deflate. And just your energy, your mood, your anxiety, how you're sleeping. Take note of all these things. And at the end of July, you can reassess and go back to drinking or move the goalposts out and keep this journey going. But let's do it. A dry July.